In a matter of minutes, President Muhammadu Buhari will touch down in Abuja, the nation's capital, and we will tell you as soon as that happens. The president has been away for over 100 days, and from what we are hearing, the president has arrived in Abuja. His aircraft has touched down. Let's join my colleague Gloria Ezeoke, correspondent there, who is monitoring the situation, to tell us what is happening. Gloria, what can you tell us? What can you see?
Okay, all I can see is the presidential aircraft far away. It has just touched ground, and there's a lot of not pandemonium. There's a lot of movement here and there. The guards of honor are lined up right now, waiting for the president to step down and inspect. Do the usual inspection. The drums have been rolled out, and very soon we'll hear the sound of the drums beating. The governors are already on the tarmac as well, waiting on just close to the red carpet, waiting to receive the president. I can see the governors of Zamfara, governors of Rivers, the Kano State Governor, members of the Executive Council, the Chief of Staff, the National Security Advisor, the presidential aide. The mood is one of excitement right now because, this is long been awaited and all. And the plane at the moment is inching closer, and very soon I will be able... Okay, also the service chief as well. I forgot to mention that bit too. The plane is moving quite close, and very soon we'll be able to see the president actually step down.
Breaking news, Nigeria. Sure. President Muhammadu Buhari has touched down in Nigeria, in Abuja, the nation's capital. My colleague there, Gloria Ezeoke, has been bringing us up to speed with what has been happening. We understand that the president's aircraft touched base in about 2 minutes ago, and we're giving you live updates on what is happening. The president is going to be received by the vice president alongside service chiefs and members of the Federal Executive Council. Gloria, if you will tell us right now, what are we expected to see? President going aboard the helicopter, or what exactly do you think will be happening any moment from now? What more can you tell us? Okay, I understand that Gloria has been monitoring there, but is no longer on the telephone with us. So we'll keep track of what is happening there. We can tell you now, right now, breaking news right here on Channels Television. President Muhammadu Buhari has landed in Nigeria, and his aircraft just touched base at the international airport in the nation's capital. And also the vice president is on ground to receive him alongside cabinet members and other Federal Executive Council members. Service chiefs are also present there. Some other governors are also present. Drum rolls and supporters, well-wishers are on the ground there to welcome the president. He's been away for over 100 days, and now that he's around, a lot of issues are being generated now as to issues of governance, as the president will be addressing the nation 7 a.m. on Monday. My guests here, let me allow them to weigh in quickly on this one. Mr. G.T. Ogunye, Mr. Shitu, the president is around. But let me start with you, Mr. Shitu. He's touched around the breaking news you're following right here on Channels Television. What are your feelings right now?
Well, my feeling is that the country's battery is now fully charged. We are all excited. Patriotic Nigerians are very, very happy that our president is back. We now know very clearly that the president is not on life support, as we see clearly, and that he is not. It is also untrue that he's unable to talk or walk, because we'll see all that will be clearer now. That all the kind of rumors that we've been hearing before now remain, unfounded rumors, and that our president is fully back, and I think Nigerians are happy. First of all, we have to be concerned that he's back first. And it shows that Nigerians are humane. We have been concerned, and our prayers have been answered.
All right, let's also show you some more live feed that we're getting right here to give you an understanding of what is happening there in Abuja. There you see the Eagle One, the presidential jet there, touching base in Abuja, and you can see just the feeling of what is happening there on the national broadcaster. and what we can give to you, what we can tell you right now. Our cameras are around the vicinity there to give you the feel around the international airport in Abuja. Any moment from now, you will see the president emerge from that aircraft. I would like to tell you that the president has been away receiving medical attention in London. His plane left at about 10:29 a.m. in London time, and he also left for Nigeria early this morning from London, and he's just touched down. The president has made 2 previous medical trips to the UK, one in June 2016 for an ear infection, and another one in January 2017. The president returns to Nigeria a day after receiving the General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Pastor Enoch Adeboye, at the Abuja House in London. Another high-profile clergy known to have visited the president at the Abuja House earlier this month is the Archbishop of Canterbury, Justin Welby. Other guests who have also called on the president are governors, top members of his party, the All Progressives Congress, Nigeria Senate President Dr. Bukola Saraki, and the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Yakubu Dogara. Yes, perhaps the very first opening you will see on Eagle One. There you see the presidential aircrafts, and any moment from now the door seems to have opened, and any moment from now the president expected to touch ground. Like some tweeted, Senator Shehu Sani tweeted, I think I see the president's principal office and his PA there, and some signaling on how he will land. On ground, as we know, is Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo, members of the Executive Council, the National Security Advisor Babangana Mungunu, the Chief of Staff Abba Kyari, presidential aides, governors of Bauchi and Imo State are on the ground, and last-minute security checks have been ongoing for the past hour or so, and the president is expected any moment from that aircraft to touch base. It's been some fanfare of some sort, like we heard from my colleague Gloria Emiozuke, who's been covering these special coverage for us there at the international airport in Abuja. There you can see for yourself, Mr. Ogunye, what are your thoughts right now on this event?
My first thought is that of gratitude to God. And this may sound rather funny, but it's not funny. I'm happy for the president and his families, and I'm happy for Nigerians that this president is returning to Nigeria alive. Because, you know, we didn't want to see an untoward thing happening because of its implications. We elected a president to govern the country. Although constitutionally you have a vice president, and the Constitution provides for death and resignation, and I'm referencing Section 145 of the Constitution. It wasn't our prayer that our president would die in office. And so we're happy that the president has returned, and we hope that upon his return, he would take on the task of governance.
Breaking news right there. The president has emerged from the presidential aircraft, Eagle One. President Muhammadu Buhari coming out of the aircraft by himself. There you go. Being received by members of the Executive Council and all the dignitaries, top government officials are on ground to receive him there. And all the 8 of his are coming down of the aircraft. He's been away for 105 days. Breaking news on Channels Television right now, we can tell you President Muhammadu Buhari has arrived in Nigeria and has touched down in Abuja, the nation's capital. We're giving you live feed of what is happening right here, right now. We can tell you that the president has been away on a medical vacation, but now back in the country, and to lead the people receiving him is a vice president who has been acting for him, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, members of the Executive Council, National Security Advisor Babangana Mungunu, the Chief of Staff Abba Kyari, presidential aides, governors, all a hand to receive the president. what we can tell you right now is that what you will be seeing at any moment from now is perhaps an inspection of a guard of honor mounted for the president at the aircraft. The tarmac is filled with supporters, well-wishers, family members, members of the APC, members of the Federal Executive Council, and top government officials who have been expecting the president, and aides of the president are also lighting from the aircraft. Mr. Shitu, your thoughts?
I think my thoughts, one, we now know very clearly that this president is alive. We also know that this president is not dead. Clearly, from what we have also seen, the president is not on life support. He came down from the aircraft on his own, unaided by any form of life support or machine. And then we also know clearly that the president, as we will soon see, when he begins to, exchange pleasantry, is able to talk, and is also able to walk.
Okay.
So clearly, we now know that all the remorse.
All right.
Regarding his return,
we do need to also tell our viewers, my guest there, we need to tell our viewers right now that the feed you're seeing right now is from the national broadcaster, NTA. There are a lot of security issues, and our crew are not allowed on the presidential tarmac. Reasons are that the NTA is the only television allowed to set up cameras there at the presidential tarmac there to receive the president. But we have our live feed right here that you can see at the vicinity. Our crew are on the ground, but we will not be allowed to go into the tarmac, but we can give you the feed from the national broadcaster, NTA, where you can see the guard of honor right now on your screen. The president is expected to go through this as he arrives the country after 105 days.
No, I think we deserve to congratulate ourselves as Nigerians that our president is back. And on behalf of, we also did, like my co-panelists also observed, we also first of all rejoice with his immediate family that is back in sound health. And it is a very historic moment for our country. Our president has gone to receive medical attention and is back, seemingly hale and hearty. And I think the expectations that all the rumors that are trade his arrival have now turned out to be unfounded in terms of being on life support or unable to walk or talk.
The kind of atmosphere that you see there, Mr. Ogunye, how would you describe it?
Well, it's an atmosphere of conviviality, atmosphere of excitement and celebration. And I imagine that the people there will heave a